Father Ted was beloved throughout the world, but no more so than here at Notre Dame. He will always walk among us.
Over the years, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have asked, what would you fight for? In Father Hesburgh, the answer is found in the immortal words carved over the portal to the Basilica on the campus he cherished. God, country, Notre Dame.
Please welcome John Hickey, who hails from the class of 1969. John was the recipient of the Alumni Association's Volunteer of the Year Award in 2000 for his service as historian to Notre Dame senior alumni.
On a cold winter night about 1 a.m. in January of 1969, of my senior year, I walked across campus and saw the light in Father Ted's office on the main building's third floor. Knowing that he welcomed late-night visitors, I decided his visitor that night should be me. He warmly welcomed me, and we talked briefly about why I came to Notre Dame and my family's connection with the university. I don't remember the details, but his interest and inspiration impressed me in our short time together. Father Ted enjoyed hearing about my family's legacy, perhaps because he was also building on the legacy of Father Sorn and his family of Holy Cross priests who had gone before him. I met Father Ted for a second time in 1985 at a Universal Notre Dame night in Milwaukee. I introduced myself and he asked me, "How are your parents, John and Mary?" In a display of his legendary memory, he said my father took his marriage course in 1947. He was married at the time. And my parents often had dinner with him when he came to Harvard University's trustee meetings, and I was floored that he remembered these details. Now, Father Ted's interest in family inspired me to research my family's Notre Dame's connection more deeply. And here are some highlights of what I've learned over the past 35 years. The Hickey's history here began 175 years ago when my great-grandfather, Louis Etier, E-T-I-E-R, a 19-year-old illiterate carpenter who Father Sorn brought from Montreal to help build the campus, arrived in South Bend on All Souls Day, 1849. Now, his co-workers could not pronounce his French surname, Ake, Itcher, H-E, so they changed it to what they thought was the nearest English equivalent, Hickey. We wish that they had picked a more recognizable name like Morris, Hammis, Eck, or DeBartolo. Louis worked as a general laborer and later spent several years in the school's brickyard, backbreaking work in which he certainly left blood on those bricks. He was a foreman during the construction of Sacred Heart Church in the early 1870s and helped rebuild the main building after a fire destroyed it in 1879. His name is inscribed in the church's tabernacle and on its great bell. And during his interment, that bell tolled in honor of his friendship with the university's founder. In the top photo, Louis is sitting in front of his adult children. I'm sure you can see the resemblance. I did shave this morning. Louis' grandson, my grandfather, Tom Hickey, continued this tradition. With only an 8th grade education, he began taking a construction correspondence course in 1905 while working at Notre Dame's Ave Maria Press. He often joked that his reunions were held at the post office. Grandpa's construction company started small by building houses, including his own on St. Vincent Street. In all, Grandpa Tom's company built 42 campus buildings and projects from 1919 until 1970, the most recognizable of these being Zom, Breen Phillips, and Farley Halls. Now, in hindsight, Hickey's construction's small but most significant project was at the east entrance of Sacred Heart Church. Dedicated on Memorial Day, May 30th, 1924, it was officially named the World War I Memorial, and it honored the university's fallen servicemen during the Great War. And right above the entrance, 4 iconic words, just 19 letters, grace the memorial: God, country, Notre Dame. But Tom and Kate Hickey's Notre Dame legacy extends more beyond the portal or campus buildings. 30 of their descendants are ND alums. 6 sons, 12 grandchildren, 10 great-grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, plus multiple spouses. In the bottom photo above are Tom and Kate's family in 1937. Now, if I could add a fifth word to the memorial, it would be family, because for me, it encompasses the other four. 20 cousins and spouses have joined me here today from across the country to celebrate the memorial centenary. Please stand. We follow in the footsteps of over 150 relatives buried in Notre Dame Cedar Grove Cemetery and share pride in helping our family helping to build Our Lady's University and the memorial that makes visible those four words that have been part of the fabric of our family since 1849. In a larger sense, we here are all part of the great worldwide Notre Dame family. For us, God, country, Notre Dame remains a touchstone, reminding us of past achievements, encouraging us to maintain our connections with classmates like my fellow 69ers, and inspiring us to emulate Father Ted's challenge of being a force for good. Notre Dame taught us to play like a champion every day because Father Ted would expect nothing less of himself or us. And so when I walk out the Basilica's east doors and look up, I don't see just four words carved in stone. I see the light in Father Ted's office on a cold winter night 55 years ago. And I see a priest whose dedication to that other Trinity, as he called it in his autobiography, helped him turn Notre Dame into a great university and inspired me as a young senior to learn more about this magnificent place and the family he loves. God, country, Notre Dame, for us, lucky enough to be Domers, they're a set of values for life. Have a wonderful reunion and God bless.